Good evening and welcome to Wolfe County High School for some Wolves Esports action. Today's matchup features Wolves Blue and Bryan Station High School. So we're joined here today with shoutcaster Drew Bush, and he's going to help us call the game today. So we're really excited. Last week we had a situation where the other team had to forfeit, so this is our first match of the season where we actually play against another opponent. So we're really excited to get the season going here. Let's jump right in here and alright, so
immediately starting off with the game, we have, what was the other school's name?
Bryan Station.
Bryan Station banning Fizz, Master Yi, and Timo. As we go to Wolfe County, who have banned Ash and Galio, as they now move to their third ban. Which will be in Alawi. Okay, so pretty solid bans there on both teams. We start with the first pick from Bryan Station, locking in the Kale. It froze.
No.
Okay, as we go to Wolfe County, who selects the Shen, as their jungle now goes to lock in their champion. Who locks in the Warwick. Some pretty good crowd control already coming from the side of Wolfe County with those two picks alone. As well as good utility, Shen using his ulti to get around the map as well to ult onto his teammates and help turn team fights around pretty quickly. It'd be really beneficial to Wolfe County if they're able to utilize that really well, especially in the early game. We now go to Bryan Station, who are locking in Tristana. Tristana most likely being picked as the ADC, but recently has been seeing sort of a shift as being moved to the mid lane because of her really easy ability to abuse enemy mid laners. So wherever she goes there, it ain't been decided yet, just depending on who they pick for the rest of their champions. Now we go to the third pick on their team, who will be locking in Zach.
Zach's a character we didn't see hardly any last season, and so that's one of the champions that Wolves Blue may be unfamiliar with.
Zach got buffed a few patches back, so he's pretty strong at the point. Nobody really plays him to really show that off. As we go now to Wolfe County, who locks in Kaiza for their ADC. We now go to the second ban phase, as we start off with Wolfe County starting with the bans. As they go to select Yuumi as their ban. Yuumi has a lot of utility on her team, really helpful, in aiding her allies and getting out of really rough situations with her spammable heal, as well as that ultimate that's really good at crowd control. We now go back to Bryan Station, who go with their first ban of the second wave.
So in case anybody out there doesn't realize what's going on here, our teams are selecting champions, and then they're also taking time to ban champions so the other team cannot pick that champion as well. So each team gets a chance to ban 3 champions at the beginning, then they pick 3 champions, they do another round of bans, they ban 2 more champions, and then they make their final 2 picks. And they alternate back and forth so as to give each team a fair chance.
As Bryan Station locked in Blitzcrank there for the ban, and Wolfe County finishes out their ban with Vigar. Let's now go back now to Bryan Station, who go with their last ban. Their best decision would probably be to focus either banning the mid laner or the support, because those are the 2 champs that haven't been selected yet. That'll be the best utilization of that ban. As they go to lock in a Pyke, which is a pretty solid ban. Wolfe County's support has been playing some Pyke. He's pretty decent at it, but he's a little bit more towards, the hooking champs like Nautilus and such. As we now go to the second wave of picks, we now go with the Leona lock-in for the support for Wolfe County. Leona's very good CC, already looking at Wolfe County having a lot of CC on their side, looking very favorable in the team fights. We now go to Bryan Station, who lock in Annie as their 4th pick. They now go to their last pick, who will be locking in what looks like their probably their support. They have, it is going to be a Tristana ADC because they have the Annie locked in. As they go to select Soraka support. Okay, Soraka very utilitarian, a lot of good healing from her aspect, a lot of ability to keep her team alive, so that's going to be something they might have to focus on in fights. As we finish off the picks with Katarina for Wolfe County. for their mid lane. Already looking, both teams aren't specifically tanky. Wolfe County definitely having the survivability factor in their favor with the amount of tank on their team between Shen, Warwick, and Leona, as well as the amount of CC and burst from their team too, with Shen's taunt and Leona's ultimate, as well as Katarina's ultimate and Kaisa's burst ability with her Q. Bryan Station does have a little bit more sustain, however, in terms of like abilities, with Kale's ultimate, as well as the Soraka's ability to heal crazy amounts. So either way, it could go either way depending on who gets the early lead for sure.
So one of the things you may have noticed is some of the players were switching their champions. That's a tactic and a strategy to use in order to pick the champions that you want. Sometimes a different player will pick that champion, and then at the end they'll trade, so to try to avoid the ban phase and stuff.
As well to throw off the enemy to make them counterpick the wrong person and maybe put themselves in a rough position, which usually works out surprisingly well.
Okay, so we're about to enter the 3-minute delay, spectator delay phase here, so we're going to take a moment and look at our starting lineup. The Wolves Blue is made up of Senior Logan Creech in the top lane, Senior Jeremy McKinney in the ADC running bot lane, Senior Dylan Prophet, his support, Senior Cameron Caskey in the mid lane, and Senior Matt Riley in the jungle. And you can see there their League of Legends names, so if you're watching from home or on our Mountain Telephone TV broadcast today, you can cheer on your Wolves by their League of Legends champion name or their username. We also want to take this time to thank our esports sponsors, Appalachian Wireless, Mountain Telephone, Licking Valley Rural Electric, Farmers and Traders Bank of Campton, Whitaker Bank of Campton, and Sweetheart by Stephanie of Campton, Kentucky. So thanks to all our esports sponsors. So we are about a minute and a half away from transitioning over to the loading screen, and then we'll be in the matchup shortly. So, Drew, you got any thoughts on the upcoming season here and the changes in the roster, the lineup?
Well, seeing how a lot of the players played last year, I know the people who were originally on the starting team last year, they've all moved on and started playing, some playing different roles, right?
Yes. Cameron is now playing mid lane, which last season he played ADC. So, and Jeremy is now moved from support over to ADC, and we have a few new players. Dylan Prophet is now his support. So they're a really good duo in the bot lane, Jeremy and Dylan is. And then our jungle, Matt, was from last season. He's using the same role. And then our top lane, we've got two players we've sort of been rotating in and out. The first matchup here, we've got Logan Creech. Is that correct? Yeah, Logan Creech is in the top lane, and then Dylan Mays will take that role in the next game. So
yeah. One thing I noticed between the players on the team that are the new ones specifically, I noticed that Logan plays a lot of utility tank-based top laners. He likes playing someone who has a lot of sustain, who's able to, be the shield for his team. That's something I've noticed. He's played a lot of Ornn as well as Malphite and Shen that I've noticed too. So if he's able to, put himself out there and be the brunt of the wall for his team, and they're able to come back around and do the damage, then I think it'll be very beneficial for Wolfe County.
Absolutely. So this is their first test of the season. We've had several preseason matchups, and we were pretty successful there. Last weekend they had the forfeit, but this is the real deal here. So we're going to move over to the match screen. We'll see you in a moment. So if you're just now joining us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the like button to help support our esports kids here at Wolfe County High School. And if you're just joining us on Mountain Telephone TV, you're watching esports action here between Wolfe County High School and Bryan Station High School. We're so excited to be able to bring you this matchup today. Let's see.
Something I just noticed. The enemy team doesn't have a jungler, which is definitely an interesting strat to say the least, but I just now noticed that, their jungler doesn't have a smite selected, so they might be trying to go like a duo lane instead of a regular single lane, like 2 in the mid or 2 in the top, which isn't very much common at all actually, but except for like maybe in early level games. But
and
here we
are in. That was a very fast load. Okay, so your Wolves Blue is on the red side. So just to give a little summary here of what's going to be happening, they are going to be pushing from the upper right-hand corner of the map towards the lower left-hand corner. And the objective here is to take out the towers, take out minions, and of course take out the enemy champions, so as to get points and gold and progress towards the towers. Ultimately, the teams want to destroy the towers and make it to the other team's base and destroy the final tower called the Nexus.
As we see now, Wolfe Kenny moving through their people, Katarina, Kaiser, and Leona, all three moving towards the bot lane, sitting inside Tribush, waiting for a potential early level team fight on the ADC or support if they're able to catch them out. We do see Zac moving in. Zac is playing jungle, although he does not have smite, so that's going to make his jungling a lot, more difficult. He's going to level up noticeably slower than his rival jungle, who is Warwick. You also notice the brunt of Wolfe Kenny all sitting in the bot side jungle, moving towards the river brush. As we see Zac sitting outside. Zac does not have vision. We see Shen moving in for an engage. The Q does not connect. We see Katarina. We see four of them all moving onto Zac. Zac trying to push his way out into the mid lane. We see a little bit of damage coming onto Zac. Zac being half health now, going to have to be forced to back early in the game, make it a little bit rougher for him. We see now Shen and Warwick moving towards the top side, going for the red buff. Going to hit Warwick starting on the red. Katarina sitting in the mid lane now as the ADC and support for Wolfe Kenny moving down towards the bot lane. Soraka and Tristana sitting behind their turret, a little defensive as they're going to have to move up and aid Zac in getting his blue buff. Kale going to be farming the top lane a little bit, but not much of a major threat this early in the game, as we see Zac taking a lot of damage from that red buff. Like I said, him having smite's going to be a major hindrance to him in this game. Shen's going to have a little bit of a rough time in the top lane, given the fact that Kale is going to be a ranged champion versus him being a melee champ. His best bet will have to be to take as much advantage of her early lane as possible, because
Bryan Station finally taking out that red buff there. That took a little bit longer than maybe it should have.
Yeah, definitely. With that smite not being there. Okay, we see Shen going to engage a little bit early, having some pretty decent trades against Kale, but her being level 2 is going to give her a bit of an advantage, so she's going to have to back off. We see Tristana sitting really low under her tower, taking a lot of damage from the Kaiser there.
And that 2v1 is going to be a huge advantage if Bryan Station doesn't get somebody down there in the bot lane to sort of help out.
Well, Soraka has now moved up to help her Tristana. Annie sitting in the mid lane, very low health. Katarina landing the blade as she goes to Shump. She ignites, getting away, and secures first blood with aid of Ignite on Annie for Wolfe County, giving them a 800 gold lead, 900 gold lead, 1,000 gold lead at 3 minutes in. We see Leona landing the Ignite on Soraka. Soraka's going to burn as the Leona's Ignite does secure the kill on Soraka. Wolfe County sitting at 2-0 right now with a 1,400 gold lead in their favor. Warwick now going for his blue buff as well. Zac sitting outside of his red buff. Contemplating stuff. Leona lanes the Q onto Tristana. Tristana forcing herself to use a heal as Kaiser is able to get a couple of her auto attacks onto her, stacking almost enough for her passive to go off, but not enough. We see Shen using his Q up top lane. Able to get the E-taunt landing onto Kale, as it's going to take a lot of damage. Shen is going to be taking a lot of damage, forcing himself to flash away, as Kale is not going to be able to follow up because she doesn't have enough damage at this point to be able to secure a kill.
Close call for Logan there in the top lane, being really aggressive there. It's a good thing he was able to flash away so quickly.
Warwick does take out Zac, who's passive, and he's going to be able to secure the kill as Warwick does secure a kill. Leona landing another Q, this time on Soraka, which looked like it landed on Tristana, if anything. But I guess the hitbox just registered onto her, which is fine. So, Kaiser almost able to secure the kill here. If she's able to flash Q, she should be able to get a double kill if she plays it right.
And they did get the heal there, so Bryan Station clinging on to life there, but...
See, Wolfe attempting to get a tower plating, but they're not going to have enough minions to do it at this moment. Maybe during the next wave being able to get that. Leona looking for the Q opportunity. She does have it. Tristana is low enough health that I feel that they could burst her down before Leona is taken out.
Bryan Station's Kale putting a lot of pressure on Logan up in the top lane there. Got him down to like 25% health.
Kaiser landing the W on Tristana, almost able to take her out completely with just that ability alone. As we see Annie moving back up towards mid lane now.
And the gold lead has now grown to 2,600 gold, and that's going to make a huge difference here if Bryan Station can't catch up, because that allows the Wolves Blue to purchase more items and stronger armor. Lots of things that can give them the advantage in this game.
Kaiser getting that poke down in the bot lane. A lot of damage coming If they're able to do it, they can go in on the Tristana and secure the kill, which it looks like Leona's about to maybe stop. No, she does stop the back from Tristana, keeping her a little bit longer. We see Warwick and Katarina coming up towards the top lane, forcing a flash from Kale. Fear does not goes off a little too early on Warwick, or else that was going to be able to stop Kale from running away. Now Katarina moving towards the top side jungle, towards blue buff now. We do see that Wolfgang does have vision of the enemy top lane's blue buff, so they could try and take that if they wanted to. They're not going to have much contesting with Zac not having his smite. We do see Zac moving down towards the bot lane, though, going to go towards his his Krugs. Soraka trying to sustain the lane a little bit. Kai'Sa and Leona just chunking away that tower little by little, able to get already securing 2 tower plantings already now, knocking the gold lead up to almost 4,000. No, sorry, 3,000. To a 3,300 gold lead. 3,400 gold lead now. Zac sitting in very low health in the bot lane. The W does land from Kai'Sa. We have a flash from Leona as the Q from Kai'Sa secures the kill on Zac. Zac pushing far into territory he didn't need to be at the moment. He was far too low health to be able to do anything on that fight, giving Wolfgang another kill that they just pushing their lead that much further ahead. With now a 4,200 gold lead in their favor. Tristan jumping into it. Leona landing the Q on there. Kai'Sa able to auto attack, but Leona secures the kill with her E.
That was a strong move there by Bryan Station, trying to push back Wolfgang because they're just so powerful now, 2 levels above down there in the bot lane.
Wolfgang are going to be able to take another tower plating here, as that makes 3 for them in 6 minutes. They do despawn at 14 minutes, so they will have to, try and see as much as they can get.
Well, each one of those tower plates also gives bonus gold, so anytime you can take down those tower plates, it's going to help you out.
Definitely. We see Katarina going in for the kill now. She's going to be trying to secure it. We have the Ignite, the ultimate on Annie. The Ignite's going to be able to finish her off as Katarina secures another kill in the mid lane. Pushing the gold lead now to 5,400, yeah, 5,500 now, in favor of Wolfgang with a 6-0 lead. Let's go ahead and take a real quick look at the items between the teams. Shen only having his shield, his Dorn shield, giving him a little bit of disadvantage. Kale's going to be able to have that poke. She does have Klepto, so she does have, looks like some potions there as well. She has all 3 of her corrupting potions, so she's going to have a little more sustain. It might want to look like Shen might want it back. You'll need to get some items here. Zac taking a lot of damage for his Krug. Still, Zac sitting at level 1 as Katarina walks away, but she's going to be able to shun poke the Q, landing onto him. We see a Q from Leona connecting as well onto Soraka, as Kai'Sa's going to be able to burst her down with her passive, being able to just explode on her. Tristana running away. We see a stone. We see the Katarina going in. The shun poke's going to hit. She's going to dash under tower spin and secure the kill on Tristana. Meanwhile, Kale activating her top ultimate, and Warwick does secure the kill on her between her machines. So, 10-0 Wolfgang lead now with a staggering 7,000 gold lead in their favor. Wolfgang now going to try and secure their 4th turret plating in 8 minutes, as they're going to be able to do so without any contesting. Katarina now sitting in the ult. She's ults down in the mid lane. We see Annie going to go with her stun. Not going to be able to do it, though. Katarina taking a lot of damage. We see an ult from Shen coming onto Kale. Kale flashing back as Shen misses his taunt. Annie activating her ultimate, but going to be able to secure the kill with the aid of that tower burst. That was a good ultimate, though, from him. We see a teleport coming down from Soraka into the bot lane, but not fast enough before Wolfgang is able to take the first tower at 8 minutes and 40 seconds. We now see Zac sitting at level 1 still. Leona's going to be able to secure the kill on him there, or take down his passive, as we see Kai'Sa coming up again for another one. Wolfgang securing another kill on Zac. Zac's sitting at level 1 at 8 minutes because, like I said, him not having his smite has basically doomed his ability to, have any utility in this game. We do see Wolfgang now going to the topside jungle. Warwick moving into Zac's topside jungle, going to be able to secure his jungle, no problem. As Leona and Kai'Sa moving towards Dragon, we see Katarina also following suit, maybe looking to set up for the first Dragon of the game. This will be a Cloud Drake, giving Wolfgang a little bit more movement speed, which will be very beneficial to them. Annie sitting under her tower in mid lane trying to farm. See Kale pushing the lane up top for against Shen, as Kai'Sa and Leona are going to be able to secure the Dragon, no problem. They have secured a Cloud Drake, so that's going to be very beneficial for Wolfgang. Shen taking some damage with the top lane. Like I said, she is ranged now with her auto. She hit level 6, so her auto attacks are going to be ranged after every... she's going to be ranged with her auto attacks. We see 3 people moving in. We see Leona landing the ultimate as well. Kaiser's going to be able to secure the kill on Annie with that Q. So we're kind of seeing a 13-1 score with a 10,000 gold lead and 1 tower in their favor. They're now going to be trying to push and most likely try and get the second tower, or get the tier 1 mid lane tower, as they're going to do so now. They're just chunking the turret plating away. Annie having been taken out now, no one able to defend the mid lane tower. Shen using his Q.
Still 3.5 minutes left on that plate tower as well.
Shen is able to outtrade Kale. Kale looking like Kale flashing there, but not going to be able to any avail as Shen's able to secure the kill. Wolfgang is going to take this tower now, as Annie is pushing back, so she might try and stop the last bit of it, but it doesn't look like she's going to be able to. She's going to back off playing it safe, as Wolfgang does secure their second tower of the game. The Hextech Gunblade activated on Annie. Looked like Katarina was about to do something there, but it was a little bit of a risky play to make just to secure that kill. Tristana and Soraka pushing out the bot lane now, as Leona and Kaiser coming in from the back. Leona's going to be able to do an engage here. The W landing on Soraka from Kaiser down halfway through mid lane. The Q bursting her down. Leona landing the Q as well. Kaiser coming back, that passive burst exploding, securing her a double kill. Katarina going on Annie in the mid lane. The ignite goes off. It's not going to be able to do enough as Annie moves safely in her tower range. Kale looking for that thing. We see Zach at level 1 still at 11 minutes as Warwick is able to secure a kill very easily uncontested. Katarina going in for the kill. She's going to be able to shun Poe with the ultimate onto Annie, securing the kill under her towers. Now he's going to run away now because she doesn't have a wave to push back onto. As Katarina now decides to back in a topside jungle. Warwick also backing. Kaiser and Leona as well. Shen sitting in the top lane though, pretty safe. And let's go ahead and get back to looking at the items. Shen does have a Tiamat as well as the Jorm's Glove, which means he's going to go we see a Kale ultimate coming from the top lane. Shen staying up top. He's still going to try and go in on her. He's not going to be able to do much, though, as he lets the wave push back. His wave pushes up. Between the lanes, however, Shen does have a 20 CS lead in the top lane. We see... let's go ahead and swap these around real quick.
What's mine?
I was trying to... There we go. Zach certainly sitting at 0-5 with a 6 CS in the jungle. Leona coming top lane, going to be able to land the Q. Shen bursting down, the ignite coming on the ultimate as well. Shen going for the flash, able to secure the kill. Katarina coming in again, looking for the Zac as he self-1-1. She's able to use just her Hextech Gunblade alone to finish him off. She does go down to the bot lane. She ulting onto Soraka, the ult from Shen onto Katarina. Able to shun Poe in. We see the taunt landing as the taunt finishes off the kill on Tristana. Currently, Wolfgang sitting at a 22-1 score. There's so much going on right now, I don't have a chance to react. But it does look like we're going to have a Warwick coming in as well with Leona onto Annie. Warwick ulting onto Annie. We see Leona throwing the Q as well. The Kaiser W from behind the wall, able to finish off to secure the kill. I'm going to try and say as much as I can. There's too much going on real quick. Kaiser's sitting currently at 7-0. Katarina sitting at an 8-1 score. Warwick 3-0, dropping the Rift Herald in the mid lane. Shen sitting at 3-0 as well, with Leona sitting at 2-0 and 8.
Tower already down?
The tower's going to fall.
Why was the shield not there?
They already fell. At 13 minutes.
Oh.
It's 13, not 14.
Yeah.
Katarina going in with the Shumpo was able to finish it off, as she does stall to the tower.
The Rift Herald.
Wolf County out. Leona fighting against the Zac, who is now level 2. Leona is able to secure the kill on Zac. As Shen goes in, we see Kaiser coming with that Q burst onto Annie, not going to be able to get away from nothing. Tristana also running, going to try and do something. Maybe if she decides just to try and flash and get away from that. We do see as well. Things still messed up. Kale and Soraka are doing whatever that little bit they can to try and defend. Zac coming as well, trying to push up. We see Leona does get hit with the Kale Cube. It's just be a little bit just to deter her off. Kaiser with the burst on the W onto Zac. We see the Q coming off. We see the Leona landing the ultimate onto Kale as Shen's able to get an auto attack off and finish off and secure that kill himself. We see the 4 remaining players for Bryan Station moving up. We see Zac pushing up a little too far ahead. He might want to back off. He's going to be caught out by the Q. Actually, no, the Q landing on Annie there. Kaiser sadly though, Zac's passive does save him there only for a moment, as Leona does fall to Tristana as well as to taking a lot of tower damage there, but a good trade off there in the end.
Wolfgang super minion, they're doing lots of damage as well.
You see now Warwick also pushing up. A lot of aggro from the entirety of Wolf County here. We see Zac now sitting at level 3. We see Kaiser putting a lot of burst damage down the ultimate onto Kale from Warwick, is able to CC her long enough for Kaiser to secure the kill. The W from Kaiser there also. The flash Q is not going to be enough as Shen is able to finish off Zach there. Wolfe kind of just sitting outside waiting for their minions to push up so they're able to push this tower very uncontested as they now go to secure the second Nexus tower, waiting for their next minion wave to come and aid them. Annie is sitting there ready with her stun. So it looks like she's going to be waiting for a good right time to drop it. She is going to throw her Q, though, to stun Shen. Not going to be able to do anything off of that, though. As we see now, Kaiser and the entirety of Wolfe County pushing up with a rather stupendous lead at a 20,000 gold lead with in 15.5 minutes. The game 32-1. Kaiser's going in, shredding Katarina as well. Katarina gets securing a double kill. We see a teleport coming in from Shen in the jungle, or sent Shen back down the mid lane. Katarina securing a triple kill. Quadra kill secured by Katarina to finish off the game, ending the score 36-2 in favor of Wolfe County. Yeah, Alt tab. So Wolfe County has been able to successfully come out of that game on top, as we now post game. Yeah. If you want, you want to do it? Yeah. We're now going to go on to the MVP of the game, Jeremy. As we get in him with, we're going to ask him some questions here real quick. All right, so how did that game go? How'd you feel?
Ooh, it felt great.
Yeah, I could tell. You all had some pretty solid lead there early in the game. One of the noticeable reasons, probably though, because of Zach without his smite, making it a lot tougher for him in the jungling phase.
Yeah.
So
limits his XP and gold.
Was there any noticeable plays that stood out for you all to give you that major lead? Or anything?
The Rift Herald. Well, the early game lead. Cameron got first blood, and then we got a kill bot lane. That kind of set the pace for the game.
Yeah.
And then we just kept building our lead, and we got Rift Herald, and that kind of set it in stone.
Yeah. So, aside from yourself, is there anyone else who did anything that just stood out to you as being like a major play of the game?
Cameron, he got the quadra kill at the end.
Yeah.
On him or on Nexus. Dylan's always putting in work.
Yeah. So I see he landed a lot of Qs down there in the bot lane on them.
Yeah, Dylan's always putting in work.
Yeah.
I love my support.
All right. Well, that's it. Thanks. This has been the MVP of the game. As we now go to get ready for the second game.
So we want to thank everybody for joining us, whether on YouTube or on Mountain Telephone TV. The Wolves Blue come out victorious in Game 1 versus Bryan Station High School. We'll be back in just a few minutes for Game number 2. So we didn't get a chance here to look at our post-game stats. Oh, that's already been exited out. Okay, we'll try that next game. But we want to thank you all for joining. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thank you.